Hello, NeBBL. So here we are, the quarantine edition of the NeBBL update. We paused the league as the end of round 7, so I actually just wanted to make this video. Not all the round 7 games got played before the social distancing began, but in the interest of not losing where we are, I wanted to make a video to kind of pause where we're at. So I would encourage everybody to make sure your team spreadsheets are fully up to date, all your skills are picked, everything like that now, because when we come back, you might forget where you were at. So yeah, just make sure everything's updated now, and we'll just go through this real quick to kind of highlight where we were at. So when we come back, it should be pretty easy. All right, so we had a couple Game 7 games get played. Let's see, how many do we have in total? We had about 6. Okay, so where are we at with the rankings? So let's see where we got to. So now we have 21 points for the New Age Outlaws, 20 for the Tree Sharps, 19 for the White Trash. But remember now, because of things getting kind of messier this season with games played, we are going to be using the points per game. So I just threw this column up here so you can see everyone's points per game. That'll be the actual standings. So White Trash is still in the lead here for points per game because they've only played 7 games with 19 points. And then as a tiebreaker, so some of the teams, for example, have 2. So they would then use touchdowns per game as the tiebreaker. And if there's still a tie after that, it would be casualties per game, which I haven't calculated any of that here. But it's pretty easy to see here. You can see, so it's Silver Kings and High Street Lowlives, for example, that have a tie. So then we would just look at that they have each 7 games played for High Street and 8 for Silver Kings, and their touchdowns are 7 and 7. So High Street Lowlives, having played less games, is going to have a higher touchdown per game, and is going to be the one that's actually in that slot. So that's just a quick overview of how that's going to work at the end of the season. Okay, so let's move on to team stats, see where we're all at. So total touchdowns, New Age Outlaws still on top with 19 total touchdowns scored, and followed by White Trash, the Tree Sharps, and the Raccoon City Stars. Quite a lot of variance, though, there when touchdowns scored. Best defense total still is White Trash, only having 2 scored against, followed by the Humans of Nelson and the Raccoon City Stars, and a bunch of others tied for with 6 scored against. So let's see, casualties. Demon's Hills in Distress with 18. Silver Kings with 17. New Age Outlaws with 14. Pretty impressive for an elf team to have 14 casualties. That's pretty good. Just a little bit behind with the dwarves there. Roughest team, yeah, Demon's Hills on average are Demon's Hills and Silver Kings. Yes, that makes sense. And toughest team, Mayhem Marauders, although I'm not 100% sure because of that some of that stuff hasn't been that well recorded. Also, Mayhem Marauders, yeah, probably toughest on average is better because Mayhem Marauders conceded 2 games, so they're 2 games behind. That's also, oh, by the way, then in the rankings, on that one, you can see the formula is different here. So because I haven't updated the sheet, you get 0 for a concede if you conceded, whereas you get a 1 point for a loss. So this point average here is doesn't take that into account, so it's actually minus 2 points because there's been 2 concedes for the Mayhem Marauders. So that one minus 2 is why it's been adjusted. Okay, I think those are the only 2 concedes we've had this season, so that's, I think, all I had to adjust. Okay, so yeah, High Street Lowlives are the toughest team on average with half a casualty per game, followed by the Raccoon City Stars, and the Tree Sharps are not too bad on there for an elf team. Value is not accurate because we'll have to do skills, but most popular team, White Trash on top with 11 fan factor, and Gate Magnets, the Raccoon City Stars as well. Now, Tree Sharps versus the New Age Outlaws is now the most highly viewed game with 39,000 fans attending. So let's see what we got for player stats. So Chris, the Werewolf from the Raccoon City Stars, I have a feeling we're going to see that player up there for a long time now. I think that's the one that has the double agi increase. So yeah, best scorers with 9 now. Also Chris the Werewolf, I imagine again that's also going to keep taking off. Yeah, we do have some players getting very high in the star player points. It's pretty cool. Yeah. So best scorers, yeah, then the 2 catchers from the Tree Sharps, and then runs the Vampire Blitzer, Billy the Kid, the catcher from the New Age Outlaws, and Ocknitch Death Scream, the gutter runner from Cheez It, all with 7. Indel Pinpoint Shady Sky taking the top spot for thrower, sharing with Derukek Nightfall, the runner from the Gravedigger's Bane, with 9 completions each, followed by Jesse James and Silver Reaper. Crushes with now the only living interception. Living? He's a vampire. Who knows? Most vicious player still is the Mummy Impotent with 12, and Dondro's Deadly Nightshade, the War Dancer, with 8, following behind. Most MVPs, Gordon Ramsay's the 3rd, and followed by runs with 5. Okay, so quickly, tree sharps. Only a change here was that the tree got a strength increase, so the tree is now strength 7. I think that was the only one I got lately. As far as that all goes, I do have tackle also on this catcher. I don't know if that was round 6 or 7 because my games kind of got mixed around. Anyway, so there's a catcher with tackle. And Silver Kings, let's see what they've got. So we'll jump over to our spreadsheets here. And Silver Kings. So, okay, we're looking for a new skill on number 2, number 3, and the Death Roller. So 2, 3, and 7. So 2, Sullivan the Blitzer took dodge, 3 took mighty blow, and multiple block on the Death Roller. All right, so got number 2 was now they've got 14. Do we have something here? SP, is that maybe not updated? So Sullivan here Blitzer, it says 14, but I've got it recorded as 20. So I'm not sure what completion. Maybe Peter hasn't updated this since his last, right? Because it would have been an MVP at completion and something like that. Yeah, that makes sense. I think Peter hasn't updated there, so he hasn't picked that skill. But this one is picked, right? So that was number 3. The Troll Slayer also taking Mighty Blow. And then the Death Roller having only access to strength skills. And took multiple block. Okay, so yeah, I think Peter needs to update that, and he's got a skill that's still to pick. Okay, so that's where the dwarves are at. Descriptors, let's have a look where they're at. Okay, so we've got, I think there's actually no new skills since last time. We've got 2 MNGs. We've got block, dodge, pro, guard, pro, strong arm, block, tackle, agi, increase, and dodge. And I think that's all we've got here. Yeah, so nothing new to report really with the descriptors. White trash, let's see where they're at. Let's see what skills we need. Oops, yeah. So we're looking at number 5, number 6, and number 5 and 6. Okay, so number 5 and 6, truck stop, wrestle, tackle, block, sure hands. Okay, wrestle, tackle. So this one's going tackle. And then we got sure hands here. So one's going as a ball hawk, wrestle, tackle, and the other one's going as a carrier. Okay. And I think that's it for there. So 1660, 1640 there. Must be some discrepancy here. A couple of some of the there's been a few discrepancies I've been noticing, but I'm not sure how to address some of them. There is a necromancer. Okay, of course. Okay, so number 5, New Age Outlaws. Let's look at what they've got here. I think there was just a new skill, 2 new skills. So we've got number 8 and number 13. So number 13 goes wrestle, and number 8 goes guard, dodge. So we've got already guard, going with dodge. And this catcher is going with wrestle. Also looking at a ball hawk here. All right. So 2 new skills there, bringing them to 1530. I think though 1530 and 1560. So again, something's a bit off. There's this one missed next game. Dodge. Yeah. I don't see it here, but oh, maybe it didn't update yet. So the sheet's being a bit slow right now, so maybe when this comes up, wrestle. Now wrestle's a general, so it's going to add 20, so it'll be 1550. What about fan factor? 7? No. Okay, let's move on. Okay, Gravedigger's Bane. What do we need here? So we're looking for a new skill on the number 12, the assassin number 12. So let's see what Brad has chosen. The assassin here has Dirty Player. Okay. So we've got here, and then I think this leader also, I'm not sure when that was chosen. I feel like that was chosen by a Dirty Player. Okay. Okay. 1560. 1560. Looking good. Okay. So Raccoon City Stars. We've got a new skill on the Flesh Golem, number 4, and we've got that's about it. So new skill, Flesh Golem, number 4. Mr. X goes block Mighty Blow. Okay, and 1900, 1860. That's a pretty big discrepancy. Yeah, I'm not sure if the sheets are wrong. There's some skills missing. I don't think there's skills missing though, because they would show up here as new skills we haven't chosen. Yeah, okay. Fan Vector 4 rerolls 4. I don't see it immediately. Let's just move on. Humans of Nelson. I think Josh did update his sheet a bit here. So we've got, what are we looking for? We're looking for a new skill on this Blitzer. We're looking for a new skill on Cyrus the Thrower. A new skill on the Catcher. And that's it. So let's see, number 2. Agi Guard Mighty Blow. Strong Arm Block. And increase MA and Guard. Yeah, okay, so here we go. Oh, that must have been a double or so on this one to get Guard. This one was Block. That's just a general. And then this one was Mighty Blow. So Strength Skill. Okay, so 1640, 491, 250 in the bank. Yes, 1640. Cool. Okay, moving on to the High Street Low Lives. We've got a bunch of new skills here. I think there's still a match report maybe missing, but I think Jeremy hasn't updated this sheet because I've got him having more SPP than he does in some guys. So maybe he hasn't updated it, and but he does have some skills here he's updated that we didn't have before. So we had, sorry, let's go. Okay, so we've got number 2, number 4, the 2 blitzers, and the 2 black orc blockers, and that's it. Okay, so 2, 4, and 6 and 7. 2 is Mighty Blow, 4 is Mighty Blow Sure Hands, and then, not surprisingly, block on the black orcs. Okay, so Guard Mighty Blow. This one went Sure Hands. Mighty Blow Sure Hands. And then all these black orcs gotta get block. Okay, so 1400. And let's see here. Next up, we've got the Komodo Klondikes. I don't know if they have some skills here to pick. No, nothing new to pick. 1310, 20 in the bank, 1330. Again, we're missing something here. Strange. A bunch of them are off today. Something must be up with the sheet. I don't know. Okay, Mayhem Marauders. I think this still is just not updated. No idea. So let's just move on. Choose it. We're looking for a new skill on Gutter Runner number 6 and on Blitzer number 8. Okay, so 6 is taking a... oh, this is the one that got the strength increase, I guess. Is that right? Yeah, strength increase, and then the Blitzer is taking Guard. Okay. Strength 3 Gutter Runner and a Guard Storm Vermin. Okay, so 1330, 1330, good. And let's see about the Demon Sills. The Demon Sills have 3 new skills, one on the Bloodthirster, and then each of the Heralds has a new skill. So let's see what they've chosen here. Mighty Blow, makes sense. And then probably, so then we got guard, block, block, and an AV increase. Okay, so 1320, 1310. Okay, so that's where we're at with teams. Let's just go back to team stats and we'll get the values here. So it didn't change probably too much here. But anyway, so there's everyone's values as of this sheet saying, but like we saw, there's seems to be a couple of discrepancies there in the values. Anyway, okay, so that's where we're at, where we're paused at round 7. We'll continue when we get back. Who knows how long this is going to be. And with that in mind, a bunch of people have shown interest in continuing to play Blood Bowl in some form or another. And so I just wanted to highlight some of the ways we can do that. There is this online app. I think it's a Java app. I'm not sure. I haven't actually tried Fumble. This is like a low graphic version, so any computer can run this one basically, and it's free. I don't know how to play it. I've never tried it, but I know that it's very popular and it's pretty flexible. So if you want to keep playing Blood Bowl, there's this way. A lot of us already have Blood Bowl 2 on PC, which is the way that I usually play on PC. It's also on PS4, the same version, but it's not cross-platform compatible. So if you're playing on PS4, you can't play against someone who's got it on PC, unfortunately. Anyway, so this is what a lot of guys have. If you buy it, I'd probably recommend picking up the Legendary Edition. But you can also see what comes in there and decide if you want that. It goes on sale pretty regularly as well, so you can always add it to your wish list and see it come on sale. Unfortunately, they're not doing a sale right now, but yeah, we are probably going to end up playing this a bit, or some of us just for fun. So there's a way you can, kind of recreate your team almost. Some teams won't be able to do that. For example, there is no corn team, and some of the new positionals all of the new positionals are not in here. Also, it's the older rule set, so it's not exactly the same game, but it's pretty close. It's basically the same game. Okay, so that's one I would recommend in a lot of ways. It's quite fun, and the user interface and stuff is a bit hard to get used to at the beginning, but eventually you get it. And yeah, I've spent a lot of hours on that. Next up, the other option is Tabletop Simulator, where you can play basically any game. So you buy this basic sandbox, and then you go to the Steam Workshop site through the game, and you find whatever game you're looking for. So if you want to play Blood Bowl, you'd look at the Blood Bowl stuff, and you basically import some assets and figure out how to use this. So you can play Blood Bowl, you can play Blitz Bowl, you can play Blood Bowl variants, you can play any game, any board game, Warhammer 40,000, Kill Team, all that stuff. There are some games that are official DLC that you can buy that have really good sort of conversions, and then almost every other game is just done by the community. They put in assets, and you download the assets for free. So you pay those $20, and you get basically every board game in the world. Okay, so that's one other way that we could play. And then what we'll probably do, if we do end up playing a little bit for fun, some of us will probably stream it to the Facebook site. So if you guys are interested in streaming your games to the Facebook site or the YouTube channel or both, you can use OBS, which is the Open Broadcaster software for streaming and capturing live. It's you should have a pretty good PC if you want to run Blood Bowl 2 and this, because it does tend to eat a lot of resources. And if you can stream to the Facebook page, and we could also set up with the YouTube. I haven't played with all that yet, but it'll be coming. And if you're interested in doing that, post and we'll figure it all out so we can watch each other's games and poke fun at each other and have fun and get through this quarantine. And still have fun with Blood Bowl. Okay, so if you do want to create your team, I've heard you create a custom team in here, and then you can import all your stats. I don't think we'll end up making any of this count, because it's not fair to the people who don't have this or want to play. And also, it's just I'm pretty busy right now with some projects, so I will not have time to update and deal with this. But I think Ross was pretty keen on doing something, so maybe Ross will step up and organize something for us. Okay, so we'll leave it there, and thanks guys. Everybody stay healthy, stay safe, and we'll see you when we pick up again.